Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investors Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the
You're hot.
Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Well, is it afternoon? I think it's afternoon, right?
Yes, it is.
See, I got to the second word in the intro and already messed it up.
Yeah. But now it's you. It's not on us.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not
that's
on
true.
us. We
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
interrupt
You
yet.
messed up the
Let me
intro.
try again. All right, here we go.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of
The Larry Steinhouse Show. Woohoo!
Wow, now we really sound like a zoo.
We are Zoo.
I know. All right.
Yes.
I'm your host,
Yes, you are.
Larry Steinhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it with me. And joining me today are the brilliant Dr. Deb Anderson, bringing her sharp insight and guidance, and of course, Omri Morad, who will continue to interrupt the show the entire time.
Yes.
Today we're going to dive into stock options, real estate, wealth building strategies, share recent wins, and cover the latest politics, current events, and economic trends, all while keeping the conversation fun and engaging.
Can you change the word trends?
Change the word what?
Trends.
Trends? You don't like that word?
No, change the word trends.
Because it sounds like...
Because it's trends.
I didn't say trans, I said trends.
I know, and you say Huber, and I say Huber. But you still need to stop with the word trends. It doesn't go with the intro. Stop.
I love the Hoover. The Hoover always makes me
See,
laugh.
didn't I say he was going to interrupt the introduction?
Yeah, but I love the Hoover. The Hoover is funny.
Okay, the Hoover. Okay.
The Hoover.
Anyway, we're broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters, your hub for learning how to invest in real estate, stocks, and take control of your financial future. Don't forget to RSVP for a free Thursday night class at investorschooling.com.
That's investorschooling.com. Investorschooling.com.
It's the perfect way to get hands-on guidance and start building your financial independence and be interrupted by Omri.
Yes.
I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors. Our sponsors are Marketing Agency Near You, the team behind all our websites, including investorschooling.com, SultanIncomeFund.com, LarrySteinhouse.com, and our charity, Lev27.org. Claim your free consultation. Yeah, claim your free consultation and plan now at yourfreeplan.com. That's yourfreeplan.com, and our friend Dan Jones will take good care of you. I also want to thank PB Adjusting, my friend Peter and his team. They help homeowners get more money from their insurance claims. Visit pbadjusting.com. That's pbadjusting.com to learn more. And, of course, the Sultan Income Fund. Invest with the Sultan. Collect like a king. Hey, it's designed for accredited investors with a preferred return so high, our attorney won't let us tell you what it is. And today we have a special guest at the end of the show. Not at the end of the show. On the show. Ron Hyman from Insurance Shops. He's here to break down Medicare and your options. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a really long time. You know why, Omri?
Talk to me.
Because I'm 61 and I'm going to be 62 next month, and it's coming up close, so I want to know everything I need to do.
You have to go on Medicare.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to help you understand the best ways to make smart decisions for your health coverage. We want to hear from you. You can call us at
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Give us a call at 855-939-1137.
You can join the conversation. You can ask us questions, and especially if you have questions about Medicare, you definitely want to call in today.
And you will get tickets to the best event ever.
The Eagles?
No! Oh my God!
Oh, no.
The Eagles.
Money hacks. You get money hacks.
Can I just finish the last sentence?
I
Yes,
know,
all right.
but he's going off topic completely.
So
Me?
grab your coffee, get comfortable, and get ready for another insightful, strategy-packed, and fun episode of The Larry Steinhouse Show. Let's get started, Omri. I know you're dying to say something. What do you want to say?
I don't want to say anything. I just
He
really...
doesn't want to say anything. Now he doesn't want to say anything. Now that I'm through the introduction, he doesn't want to say anything.
We ask people to call, which by the way, the number is 855-939-1137.
What is that?
That's 855-939-1137. And the reason we want people to call so much is because we are going to have the best Money Hack event in, what is it, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
November 1st?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
So,
November
all right,
1st.
so here's the deal. If you call in today...
Did you switch your phone? Did you make sure that your phone is to the radio show now?
Yes.
Okay, well, just because I don't think it was last week.
I don't know. I think that something else was wrong last week.
Okay.
Something else was wrong.
Okay.
But thank you for telling me and interrupting my sentence again.
It's okay.
To talk about technical stuff that no one on the show understood what you were saying.
It's all good. It's all good. That's why they listen to us, because we have fun on the show. Why don't you go on and talk about money hacks?
Can you move on?
I was, but somebody interrupted me, right? Okay.
That was Omri.
All right. Do you want me to talk about money hacks, or you guys want to talk about it?
No, you can do it.
Okay. So we have our Money Hacks event. That's November 1st, and November 1st is a great event. It's a full-day event from 8:30 to 6 o'clock, and we have all kinds of different speakers talking about, guess what?
Money.
Money. So if you want to learn how to make
money.
more money, you want to learn how to save more money, you want to learn how to use your 401k better, your IRA better, these are the things you want to do. And if anyone calls in right now, by the way, the tickets are $147 each. If you call in today and ask questions of our guests or anything, we're going to give you how many?
2.
2 free tickets.
Unless
You have
they
to
are
make it. You have to
exactly.
come.
Yeah. The only thing is you have to say you're going to
come.
come, because we can't give away the tickets because we have a limited amount. We have 75 is the most room we have.
If you're not sure,
And if you're not sure you're going to come, please don't take the ticket.
correct.
But you can still call and ask us questions anyway. Okay, so why don't we move over to our guest? Is that okay with you, Rami?
Mr. Ron Heyman.
That's me.
So Ron Hyman is our guest. He's from Insurance Shops, and I've been asking Ron for a while. Ron and I are friends. He's also my insurance agent, and I've been asking him for a while to come and talk about Medicare and Medicaid, and also what else? Penny
and any other insurance
Right.
matter you want to discuss.
So let's talk about this. First thing, if you could answer, because this is, you know how I am. I always mix the words up, Medicaid and Medicare. But I'd like you to maybe explain to the audience, in case they don't know, what is the difference between Medicaid and Medicare?
Very simple. Medicare is if you're old. Medicaid is if you're poor.
That was such a great explanation. I mean, I like that's like so simple.
Right. And people still don't get it right.
I know.
So, Medicare, it's a federal program. We all pay for it. You see the
Sounds like
deductions.
communism to me.
Yeah,
but I'm not
you
going to
see
get
the
into that.
deductions on your paycheck. And basically, it helps provide health insurance to anyone who meets one of the following 3 conditions. You have to be 65 or older. You have to be under 65 with certain disabilities, or if you have end-stage renal disease with permanent kidney failure and requiring dialysis. That's it.
That's a strange third one.
It is.
Why is it so specific?
Because you're at the end of your life, and basically you're going to need a lot of help. It's extremely expensive to get dialysis every day.
Every day, wow.
Yeah,
It's
it's crazy.
that makes sense. It just seems a little weird that it was, because there's other things in life that could be at your end of your life. It could be certain cancers. It could be certain, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know.
Certain diseases.
This was put into place many, many years ago when Medicare was first, when they came up with this idea for Medicare.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. It just seems so odd.
That's it.
Yeah, it just seems so odd that it was so specific. Okay, so all right, so let's talk about what's going to happen to me when I'm 65. So, we have or will be continuing a group health plan at Investor Schooling. So Debbie and I and Debbie, myself, Omri, other employees will be on this program. This is a group health plan that you're in charge of. And what happens when I turn 65 on my group health plan?
Well, besides you, there's a lot of jokes in there, but
You're among friends. Go ahead and make them.
so when you turn 65, there's going to be a massive fire on top of that cake. But
Actually, we did that with my father. We put 65 candles on his cake when he turned 65, and literally the cake burned. It was hysterical, but it tasted really good. But it tastes like wax.
so when you turn 65, you have to go on Medicare A. You're given that.
Okay.
Okay? Everyone who turns 65 automatically gets it. When you're on a group plan, you'll have a choice of staying on the group or getting Medicare Part B, which is something you buy from the government. Okay?
Okay. So why don't we start?
There are two
Yeah, okay,
parts to
thank you.
Medicare. Let me get into that. Medicare A covers the following: hospitals. That's about it.
Covers hospitals.
Covers your hospital.
So it doesn't include the doctor in the hospital?
It does not. That's
Wow.
what the Medicare B covers.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So Medicare B is what you pay for separately. You buy it from the government.
So let me get this straight. So Medicare
Mm-hmm.
is free, correct?
Correct.
You get that for free. That's just
Well, you've
automatic.
paid for it your whole life.
Right. But
Right.
you get it for free when you turn 65.
You get it for free.
Right. And then do you have to enroll in it, or do you automatically
You
get enrolled in it?
automatically, well, you do have to enroll in it,
Okay.
but you pretty much, it's free. You get it when you're 65.
Got it.
You could opt out of it, although most people don't.
I mean, even if you had private insurance, why would you opt out anyway?
You wouldn't.
Right.
You wouldn't. So, in a nutshell, Part A covers your hospital. It also covers a few other things like hospice, home health services, and skilled nursing facilities. If you need skilled nursing care, but it's a very limited amount of what you'll get.
Okay.
Part B, what you pay for, covers your doctors, your testing, durable medical equipment, and limited outpatient prescription drugs. Okay, and that's it. You have a choice now. Once you get A and B from the government, and you pay for B again.
And B, you pay to the government for that. And what's the average cost on that? Was it a
Next
fixed cost?
year, well, it goes by your income. There's a 2-year look back on your income.
Okay.
Generally, if somebody is single and making less than $109,000, for next year, the projected cost is going to be $206.50
Per person.
per person per month.
Okay.
Okay, and it's income based. If you make more than $500,000, like of course everybody in this room does, you'll be paying $702 a month for
That's
your Part B.
insane.
Yep. So it's on a sliding scale all the way up.
Okay.
There's also you'll also get penalized when you buy your Part D, your drug plan. Part D stands for drug plan, and there'll be an extra charge for that also. Those costs seem to go up every year. Last year, the premium was about $185. Next year, it's going to be $206. So there was a big increase.
So I'm looking at
This year.
$1,000 a month for me, and $1,000 a month for my wife.
Which I don't get. If this is the amount that you need to pay, why they don't allow you to keep your own plan?
That's a great question.
It's a great question.
So why? I mean, if I'm going to pay $2,000 anyway, I might as well just go get a private insurance plan and pay $2,000.
But you're being dinged because of your income.
I understand,
unfortunately.
but a private plan is going to cost me $2,000, and I don't have to deal with
Well, you'll have the option to opt out. You could do that.
So I don't have to pay them anything.
You don't.
Okay, so then if I have a private plan,
You would just get your Part A,
Mhm.
and that's it. You wouldn't buy the Part
Right.
B. You can defer that.
okay, so now, and we talked about the scenario that I mentioned before.
Again, you're in a very small, I guess, category of people.
No,
Most
I
people
get
are
that.
not
I
in
get.
your
I
category.
totally get that. I totally get that. But
So if you're being helpful to the people in the audience,
Right.
it's not you.
right. So now if we go back to the people in the audience, the average person makes they retire with a $60,000 to $100,000 pension, maybe, right?
They're going to pay $206.50 a month,
Okay.
and they'll get their Part B.
It's just. I guess what shocked me was that it went so. Was there? You said it's a sliding scale.
It's a sliding scale, so
I probably shouldn't have. I just thought.
Right, I just went from the cheapest to
exactly.
the most
Right,
expensive. It goes.
Sure.
There's 5 categories. If you make up to 137, it's $289 a month. Up to 171, it's $413 a month.
Okay.
Up to 205, $536.
Now, so those figures, do they include investment income, or is it just W-2 income?
It includes any taxable income.
Ooh, including capital gains,
and there's a 2-year look back.
including capital gains.
Yes.
Okay.
If
All
it's
right.
taxed, as long as you're being taxed. If
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
a
So it's
solution.
a pretty
Anything is
high
taxable.
number. Okay. That's fine.
Um,
I mean, so it's funny. I say 2,000. That's crazy, but you're right. I mean, I can afford 2,000 a month. There's no doubt, but I'm not used to that.
So, Part A again, what it covers is your hospital, but you have a deductible if you go into a hospital of $1,676
Is that per year or per visit?
per visit for each 60-day period. So if you go in
Okay.
January, $1,676. If you go in February, you're not paying again.
Gotcha.
If you go in March, you are paying again.
Gotcha.
If you're in the hospital for more than 61 days, they count lifetime days, by the way, you're then paying the $1,676 plus $419 a day.
What?
And then if you're in more than 91 days, $676 plus $838 a day. And if you're in the hospital more than 151 days in your lifetime, you have no coverage. Isn't that nice?
Wait, this is the coverage that the government gives us to protect us.
Correct. But this is why Medicare is not enough. And this is why you have to get other things, such as a supplement. A supplement will supplement Medicare and
Okay,
pay
wait.
for.
But Part B is not a supplement. Part B is
Part
of.
B is also from the government. Part B covers your doctors and your testing.
Okay.
Okay.
By the way,
and on the
real quick,
Part
if anybody
B,
has any, if anybody wants to call, what's the phone number, Omri?
That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. So what will happen? I mean, if I reach the maximum in the amount, but I'm still not healthy, they will just roll me with the wheelchair
So
outside?
that's the best part. They won't. They can't.
because now you're not just going to get your Medicare A and B. You're going to get either a supplement or an Advantage plan, and I haven't gotten
no,
into
but,
that
but,
yet.
what he's saying is if you didn't have those things,
if you
and you can't afford to pay it, the hospitals can't throw you out.
if you can't afford to pay it, that's where you go on to Medicaid. But you have to have
gotcha.
absolutely nothing. You know,
Right, I
your
gotcha.
total assets have to be less than $12,000, and you can get Medicaid.
Got it. Interesting. Very interesting.
So as we age in, and
I can make that happen too.
yeah, and actually, someday when you're in the nursing home, if you're going to go in there with your money, you'll probably be one of the only ones with the money because everyone else has gotten rid of their assets and they're all on Medicaid.
But so the interesting thing though is actually we buy all our houses, we put them in trusts, and we put them in trusts just for this reason. Well, I mean, that's not just for this, for many reasons, including this one.
Right.
So I technically own no properties.
Right.
Which lets my heirs get my properties if I want to go on Medicaid, and I always say this, right? I'm so glad that I can afford not to go on Medicaid if anything happens to me in the future. But if I want to,
You'll have that option.
I have the option exactly, which is why people come to investor schooling to learn some of these techniques to get everything out of your name. There's nothing in my name, or very few things in my name at this point, so I could go on Medicaid now. I always say this. It's like, look, if I'm at the point where I'm looking at the ceiling, and I could look at one ceiling that's completely white and nice and clean, and the other ceiling has spiders on it because I'm on Medicaid, I probably want the ones with the spiders because it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, that went up off my head. All right, he's saying spiders. All right.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. Moving right along, let's go on to Part B. What does Part B cover? So if you have your Part B, again, it covers your doctors and your testing, but you have a $257 calendar year deductible. Next year it'll be $288, so it goes up a little every year. And after the deductible, Part B covers 80% of your doctor bills and your testing bills.
And is there a out-of-pocket maximum?
No out-of-pocket maximum.
Okay. So it's funny that
So
why
that's
wouldn't
why
they,
it's not enough. That's
yeah, I was
you
saying,
need
why
to get
wouldn't they
upset.
design it the way insurance policies are designed, where you at least know what you're getting?
This is before both of our time.
I guess
we
so.
weren't
Sure.
born when this
Sure.
was put into place,
Yeah.
and it's never changed.
Okay.
So that's it. That's Medicare. Now you have a choice. After you get your A and B, you can have a choice of two things. You can either pick up a supplement. Supplements are what you pay for monthly, and it will cover some or everything of what Medicare doesn't cover.
Which is the doctor appointments, I guess.
It'll cover that other 20% and all those deductibles that I just mentioned.
So I can go to the supplement to pay for the high deductible that I have from Medicare. Am I correct? Can I use the supplement?
What high deductible?
For example, you mentioned that I have a $1,600.
Right. The supplement will fill in everything else. So once you have a supplement, if you get one of the better supplements, the most that you'll pay out of pocket is about $200 a year. The supplement will then pick up all the other costs.
And that's
that
doctor
Medicare didn't
visit,
pay.
hospital, everything, right?
Correct. It'll cover everything.
So basically,
So it'll be much better coverage than you've ever had, because if you get sick, you're responsible for $200, and that's it. Everything else is covered.
regardless to how much time you need to spend in the hospital
Regardless.
and everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, that's a supplement.
And they know basically what coverage I have from Medicare.
Yeah,
So-
everybody gets the same thing.
Exactly.
Right.
So I only pay for the extras.
Correct. So there are about a dozen different supplements you can purchase. They are set by the government as to what they cover. They're given letters A, B, C, D, all the way up to F, G. There's a G plan, which is a great plan. There's a J plan, which
Okay, so here's a question for you.
Yeah.
So, if I'm paying for a supplement, so I'm 65 years old, and let's go back to the original. I'm making between 60 and 100,000. Does the supplement have a sliding scale also, or is it the same price for anyone who's over 65?
no, a supplement is based. The price is based on the company that you bought it from and the age that you buy it at.
Okay, and then
So it could go up every year based on
okay.
your age,
okay,
but not and based on the financial condition of the company that you bought.
oh that's
So if you
interesting.
buy a no-name company and they get dinged with a lot of sick people, and their costs go up, they're
Sure.
going to raise the price more than buying from a
So
major
you're my
company.
agent. You better take good care of me.
Right. The problem with the supplement is you get an open enrollment when you turn 65. You can get into any one that you want, no questions asked. Once that open enrollment closes, that's
Oh, I
it. If you
see.
want to change your plan to a different supplement or a cheaper one,
Right.
you have to apply and fill out all the medical questions,
Oh wow.
and they don't have to take you if you have any
Wow.
medical issues. So you could be stuck on that
So-
first choice for the
So
rest
you
of
know
your
what
life.
I'm doing, guys, right? So I have a rare genetic disorder. It's called Gaucher disease. I don't know if you're familiar with this or not. I know you don't know what Gaucher disease is, but I don't know if you're familiar with the fact that I have a rare medical disorder. And this is for real.
Well, I assume there's something wrong with you.
I knew he was going to go there. That's why I was trying to keep it serious, right? But so it actually costs $1 million a year to keep me alive. So the insurance companies pay $1 million a year in medication to keep me alive, and this is for real.
Mm-hmm.
I have to have a 2-hour infusion every 2 weeks of a certain enzyme that is synthetically made, and the enzyme itself is $120,000 a month. And then after insurance, like the insurance pays a little bit less. It used to be $1 million. It's probably more than $1 million now. Probably, and then have a nurse inject it or infuse it, and spend time with me to make sure that I take it properly. So for real, and I have to have all these tests to make sure that nothing's creeping that's changing me. So it's an interesting concept to know that I have to pay all this money later, and then I don't even know if they're going to cover me.
Correct.
So what you're really saying, and is when we discuss this, which we will be in 3 years again, I need the best possible plan ever to make sure that I can't get non-covered.
So I like to break it down into you have two choices. After you get your Medicare A and B, you have two choices. Pay now or pay later. Those are your two choices. The pay now is buying a supplement, and the supplement will run you maybe, right now, anywhere between $150 to $180 a month for the best supplements. And once you're on those,
So if you have that, do you still need Part B?
oh, you have to have Part B to
Oh,
get
okay,
the supplement.
okay. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm paying $2,000, as we talked about
Because
before.
the supplement's Part B.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Because Medicare will
Okay.
pay their portion, and the supplement will fill in everything else.
Okay, so my insurance costs are going to go to $30,000 a year easily.
Well, if you're in the high bracket,
Yeah, most likely.
well, is your taxable income over 750,000? If it is, then you're in the high. Then you're in the high tax
It
bracket.
might be. Yeah, it probably will be. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter if it is. I'm just trying.
But
trying to get.
that's your taxable income.
So-
You have in investor schooling. You probably teach how to.
No, we
write
do.
off
We do,
everything
and
where
we
you don't
will.
pay any taxes,
Yeah,
right?
So-
and there'll be certain changes. But more importantly, I guess the biggest thing that I learned so far was to make sure that you pick the right supplement plan
Correct.
from day one.
Correct.
Because you
could be stuck on that plan
I
the
could
rest
have a
of your
major
life.
problem
Right.
if I pick the wrong one. So that's a major one.
Correct.
Okay, Omri, you're saying?
No, I'm trying to figure out. Let's say you don't retire. Okay? and you keep your
Yeah, it
job,
doesn't matter
which
whether
for
you retire or
you makes sense.
Well, it doesn't, because
Can you
here's the
keep-
problem. When you're on your group plan, the group plans are priced by your age.
Right.
Once you hit 65, if you're still on that group,
Yeah.
they're gonna charge you a lot more than you're paying now because you're 65
But
and over.
they're going to charge
And
you more
everyone
than,
on the group will be paying more because you're rating up the
okay,
whole
but
group.
here's the question.
Yeah.
Am I paying more than $2,000 a month?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's for me and my wife, so that's not,
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
So you're paying $2,000 a month plus the supplement?
No, the
No.
supplement will
The
be.
supplement will be a lot
But
cheaper.
remember, I'm using that $2,000 a month number because I'm assuming my income will stay as high as it is.
Okay.
So taxable income, that's a very high number. So it's not. So that's an unrealistic number for most people listening. So just don't. I'm using myself right now, but we should probably go to somebody making again, the average person making $60,000 to $100,000 in a pension or retirement income or 401k income or something like that. That 60 to 100,000, or if they unfortunately bought an annuity and they maybe annuitized it, those are the people who we probably should be talking about. But I guess I'm, part of the reason I had Ron on the show is because I'm coming up to this wall. This wall's 3 years away from me, and I want to know now because this is something that you must understand. Okay, when you're 64 3/4, it's too late to do the research.
Correct.
You're just gonna whatever the guy sitting in front of you says, you're buying. But if you do the research early, you start to have an understanding of everything that's going to happen. Right?
Unless you have someone like us.
Sure.
We do 2,000 of these every year.
Right, but most people don't even know who you are. Right? I mean, you're,
That's why I'm on the show.
So what's interesting is right. So
To
the
reach
reason,
your 100,000
Yeah.
listeners.
So I will tell you that I hate insurance agents more than I hate real estate agents, more than I hate lawyers. And the reason I hate insurance agents is because they don't call you back. Right? And my criteria for an insurance agent is simple. Call me back. Now, the cool thing about Ron is not only does he call you back, he actually like he answers the phone. So he doesn't even have to call you back. I mean, I reached you last week when I was buying my new car, right? And you were on vacation. And and it was funny.
I went to the Eagles game.
Yeah, okay. Is that where you were? Okay.
I went to the Eagles game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
and I picked up while I was at the
Right.
game.
Right. Well,
And he's like, I want to
buy.
buy a new car. And I was like, great. Okay.
Right.
I called my office.
And he took care of everything he had to take care of. He got
right.
me insurance cards immediately, which, I mean, who does that on a Saturday at, 5 o'clock, I think it was?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, whatever it was. So who does that, if they're an insurance agent? So that's the reason why I use Ron, and that's the reason why I think Ron is one of the best insurance agents, is because of that. Is his insurance good? I don't know. He sells it for different
I'm a
brands,
broker.
right?
I sell
exactly.
the same insurance that everyone else sells.
Exactly, right.
I don't charge any more than anyone else.
Right.
I don't set the prices.
Right.
I'm the service guy in the middle.
So let's do this. Before we go to commercial, how can people reach you?
My phone number is 215-613-4999. 215-613-4999. The name of our place is Insurance Shops. We're in Feasterville. Or you can find us at INS, like insurance, INSshops.com.
And of course, when you call him, tell him you heard about him on our show, because we're trying to get him as a sponsor.
Right. And if I get 100 people that call me.
All right, Glenn, take us out. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse.
Clear.
How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh, my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com, and take that free class. See you there.
So we haven't finished.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse. Do you want to become a public adjuster and take control of your career?
Yes.
My friend Peter Bodarenko, he runs Public Adjusting Academy, and he's hosting a complimentary class to show you exactly how to get started. Learn the ins and outs of the industry, gain valuable skills, and start your journey toward a rewarding career, helping people get the claims they deserve. Sign up today at adjustingacademy.com or call 267-392-9907 to reserve your spot.
But Larry, you may have to bring Omri up a little.
I did it. I did it already. I saw the note. I didn't see the note.
07.
I was looking the
Don't
wrong
miss
way,
this
so I didn't see
opportunity to
the
start a
note.
new career and
That's all right.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. And I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants. Attention business owners.
All right, do you want another 30 after this?
Yeah, I do another 30 after this.
Another
These
30,
commercials are muddy. Make it happen. PR coverage, media features, SEO that gets you everywhere, even AI overviews. They also handle our websites, including investorschooling.com, SiltonIncomeFund.com, LarrySteinhouse.com, and even our charity, Lev27.org. Add in smart advertising and your brand becomes impossible.
What'd you say? They're muddy?
Yeah, they're muddy.
Your
Here?
conversions.
Claim your free.
Well, I'll get.
The second one
your
does. The
free
first
plan-
one wasn't.
That's your free plan.
How were they recorded?
They're
The
recorded
one
from
that
here.
people can't stop noticing.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Invest.
Yeah, that could be the issue.
Know that there are a lot of altruistic reasons that.
We'll get it remixed and remastered by Bob Ludwig at the Electric Factory.
Okay. And you know what? When there's a housing shortage and you have a house for them, they are so.
No, I would mention it to.
No, that's
mention
right.
it to Frank.
That's fine. Just
All right, you ready
no
to come
big deal.
back?
Yeah. We'll learn
Here we go.
the right way. That's right. We have a compliment
No calls yet.
night. Okay. This way, you can get hugs from your tenants too.
Stand by.
Larry, call for a
Schooling.com.
second to
We'll
the
see you Thursday
station.
night at 7 o'clock.
Investor Schooling.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm so excited to be here. I'm actually having a really good time here. Dr. Deb, you look so bored in this conversation. Now, I can understand why.
Okay.
It's about to get exciting.
Well, I can understand why, because you're not anywhere near this age, and I get that. And that's, it's very boring for you, and it makes sense. And here's something interesting, right? So these are the things we teach everything about finances at Investor Schooling. So to know this stuff is important. It's important for us to know it, especially for our clients who are coming in and they're, hey, what do I do? I'm going to lose my health insurance next month, because I'm turning 65. What do I do? What do I do? And it's good for us to know the answers to these questions. In fact, I'm shocked at how simple it is. I actually thought it was going to be much more complicated. So, maybe that's why you're bored, because it's so easy.
We're only halfway through.
Well,
It's about to get complicated.
Okay. Go ahead, Deb.
No, so I don't know if you know, but you guys know that I write for a living, right? So I do medical writing for a living.
That's right.
Right. So I do write managed care, and I am very familiar with Medicare and Medicaid and dual eligibles and the A, B, C, D, E, all the supplementals and Medicare Advantage and so a lot of this I'm already familiar with, but I mean not in a personal way because I am far away from this age, so I don't have to deal with this for another quite a little while.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know what I mean? But I am very familiar with it, and I know a lot about federal poverty level, and they need to make this to be able to do that, and so. But I'm here and I'm listening.
No, that's okay. I wasn't insulting you. I was bringing up the point that people should learn this stuff earlier, because when the time comes, like we said before, I'm 60. I'll be 62 next month. According to Facebook, I'm 32, and that was last month. But that's a weird thing that Facebook, if you guys didn't hear the story, Facebook
Congratulations.
changed my birthday. They changed my birthday. They just said, we don't believe your birthday is November 27th, 1963. We believe it's 1992, September 16th. Was the funniest thing ever. So they made me a lot younger, which is nice, and they changed my birthday. So I got all these happy birthday messages on September 16th, which is not my birthday. So anyway, getting back to knowing this. So 3 years from now, I have to. Although maybe, listen, if Facebook's AI says I'm 32,
Maybe they will decide.
maybe
that-
I am 32.
And maybe they will decide you're still alive when you're not. Think about that.
Well, I won't know,
Yeah, exactly.
so it doesn't really matter.
It's ridiculous. I mean, how can they decide for you? I don't understand that.
So anyway, I'd love to have some people call in. Maybe the questions about Medicare. What's the phone number, Omri?
That's 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. We are running one of the most, unknown topics that people want to know more about, which is the health insurance in this country. Something I will never understand.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
I will never understand.
So you're gonna have all these people calling. Have you guys gotten calls yet? The spam calls. What part of Medicare are you on? And blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They try to sell you. I mean, even they're randomly calling everybody. So if that's the person you want to talk to, when you're reaching 65, you can do that. Right now, in the studio, we have an expert on this. You should call and ask your questions. He doesn't care if you give him your business or not. I mean, what he's here for is to answer questions.
Correct.
So
and by the
would-
way, there is a law out that agents are not allowed to call seniors.
Really?
Seniors have to call in and request what they want to talk about with Medicare. There's a form called a scope of appointment that licensed agents are required to have 48 hours before we even discuss Medicare with a client. If you don't sign that form and send it in to somebody that you want to talk to about Medicare, then they're probably not licensed and they're probably very unscrupulous or calling from another country to prey on you.
Are they calling from Israel?
Wasn't there a law that was passed that you can't sell an elderly person more than one supplement because people were taking advantage and
Well, you can't. I mean, you can't buy more than one supplement anyway.
I know, but there was a law that was passed like 2 or 3 years ago, or maybe it was long ago, because people who were retired were being told they need to buy this supplement and that supplement, and they were getting ripped off, and they ended up putting a law.
There's so
in
many
place.
scams out there nowadays.
Yeah.
Somebody can call you from, let's say, India. Is this John Smith? If you say yes, now they have a recording of you saying yes.
Yeah, right.
Now they take that recording and they say, do you want to buy a Medicare supplement? And they have your recording and they'll put yes next to it and they'll switch you to another plan. We had about a half dozen people come into us this year alone that were switched unbeknownst to them. They don't find out until they're in the hospital and their stuff is not covered that somebody had switched them.
Wow.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
There's no, you can't, they don't even have a wet signature.
Nope.
Wow.
So I've heard about that actually. So now when people say, "Hey, is this Deb Anderson?" I always just say this is she. I never say yes anymore. I learned that lesson. I've heard that in the past. So it's just like I learned. I answer, yeah, this is she.
Well, just keep in mind, nobody legitimate will call you. You have to
That's
reach out to
interesting, too.
them and request it.
No, but I understand what I'm saying. Like to help get away from that whole having your yes recorded.
Mhm.
You can answer the phone and don't say yes. You say something else instead. You know what I mean? That they don't have your yes recorded.
If someone says, I'm calling, is this Ron? I'll say, who's this?
Yeah, I do the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. You just say something else. You just don't
Right.
say yes. You know what
Why?
I mean?
Who wants
Exactly.
to know?
So anyway, we got into Medicare A, B, and buying a supplement. Your other choice, remember I said you had two choices. You can pay now or pay later. The pay later is called the Advantage Plan. So you don't have to get a supplement. You can get what they call a Medicare Advantage Plan. Now you have told the government you don't want them to be involved in your health care anymore, and you're giving it to a third party. Pick any company, Blue Cross or Humana, wherever it goes by where you live as to what plans are available.
Do
In
you
this
get-
area, we have a dozen companies that sell a dozen plans each.
Do you get the credit from the government to
Yeah,
purchase
so-
your own?
So
that's
here's where the
interesting, too.
catch is. If you opt out of Medicare and go onto an Advantage plan, the government will pay that Advantage plan about $17,000 a year to manage your care. So do you think all these companies who are advertising
I didn't know.
are
I was
after you, or are they after that $17,000?
so we moved to a
That's
point.
interesting. That's really interesting. So they pay them $17,000 whether you have a claim or not.
Correct. So
Wow.
So the government will pay the company, Aetna, Blue Cross,
Wow.
Humana, whoever it is, $17,000 to manage your care. And now, if you cost them less than $17,000 in medical care that year, they've made money. If you cost them more, they lose money. But they manage your
But that's
care
not
now.
true because
And how they
No,
manage it is
because-
through.
doesn't the Advantage Plan have a cost to it?
Exactly. That's what I was. What I still need to pay for.
Some of them do not.
Really?
Yeah, the most popular ones are free plans.
Really?
So you can get a free plan, costs nothing, but now you're on a plan that's more managed care. You'll have deductibles and co-pays like a regular plan.
Okay.
So if you go to a doctor, $20, $40.
Yeah.
But they throw in the kitchen sink with these. You're going to get your drug plan included. By the way, on the supplement, the drug plan is separate. You have
Okay.
to buy a separate drug plan. And at your high income level, you also get a penalty because it's income based as to what gets added onto the drug plan. So if you pick a drug plan that's maybe $5, because of your high income, you might have another $70 tacked onto that $5, and that's a 2-year look back on the income. On the Advantage plan, the drug plan comes with it. Some of them will throw in hearing, dental, vision. They'll give you a cash card to go to the pharmacy and buy vitamins.
And
they'll
the
give you
beer.
No, not beer.
The beer.
Groceries.
I
So
know.
we had this. We had a tenant who showed us his cash card that he gets groceries with, and we're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yep.
We had no idea what he was talking about.
They're kind of phasing them out.
Right.
They were getting very popular last year. It was
Okay.
very popular. Next year,
So
most of that
this is for
getting
certain
phased
income
out.
levels. These or
No, that's if you pick a certain Advantage plan.
so if you're making, we talked about the $60,000 to $100,000 a year income, and you get the Advantage plan, you can get the card that gives you free groceries.
Yeah, that'll be one of your options. Correct.
So why aren't?
I guess
why
it's
why
because-
wouldn't I get an Advantage plan then?
Because you'll have a choice of about 50 different Advantage plans, and you want to get the plan that's going to fit your medical needs the best.
So in my case, again, $1 million a year to keep me alive. Is
Right.
there an Advantage plan that you would recommend? You're gonna have to get a name of it, but is there one you would recommend, or would you say no? That's a really bad idea. You need a supplemental.
Because of your needs, I would put you on a supplement.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. So you were saying is sick people who are going into their 60s, sick, or have a condition, should really be careful with this decision.
Everybody should be careful.
Okay.
Medicare is an individualized thing. Based on your needs is what you should determine what you should choose.
Okay.
And the only way to really do that is to sit down with somebody who does this over and over and can
Yeah,
really
of course.
steer you
Of
into the
course.
right plan. If Blue Cross calls you up, or if Aetna calls you up, or if Humana calls you up, do you think they're going to sell the other guy? They're going to push
of
their
course,
own
right,
products.
Right, sure.
If you go to a broker like us, we have all of the options.
Okay.
So we're going to put you on the best plan for you.
All right, hold on a second. We got Ed in Delaware. What's going on in Delaware County? What's up, Ed?
Hey Larry, it's Ed Dowling. How are you?
Hey, man, what's going on? So Ed is interesting. Can I say your condition?
Sure, go ahead.
Kidney, right?
Kidney. I need a
Yeah.
kidney. Yeah.
So
Yep.
Ed needs a kidney, and he's on dialysis. Every 3 days or something.
Are you on Medicare?
I'm on Medicare. I'm on Medicaid. I'm on both.
Okay.
So
I
your
go to-
so your
I go to
Medicaid will pick up all the
dialysis.
costs of that Medicare doesn't cover.
Right. So his Medicaid picks up
Right.
the cost
And
of
my
Medicare. Okay, I got it.
My Medicaid insurance company is Aetna, which is pretty good. I am happy with it. The only thing I'm not happy with it, they don't cover the one drug that I want, and I want to see if another company would cover that drug. You know what I mean?
So here's where we're getting into the biggest issue that we're having this year. Number one, there's a lot of changes that we've never seen before occurring from 2025 to 2026. The drug plans used to pay brokers or agents a stipend, $25, $50, to enroll people under drug plans. And with that $25, that paid us to help somebody and sit down with them
Sure.
and go over their 50 drugs that they're on and figure out which is the best plan. Most drug
Right.
plans this year have stopped commissions. And the government, by doing that, the government's saying seniors are on their own to figure it out by themselves.
That's messed up.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
And last year, we saw 1,500 seniors drug plans and helped 1,500 seniors figure out the right plan. This year,
Right.
I mean, we can't do it. We're not
but-
getting paid to do it.
But here's a question for you. So, I mean, if you have a client, even if you're enrolling him in a drug plan that you're getting paid nothing on, that client has other needs.
Well, that's why we exist. And do what
Right.
we
Okay.
do.
I mean,
We'll make exceptions.
right because
The problem is, last year, I mean, we saw 500 people who were not clients who just brought us 3 pages of drugs that they're on and said, sit here and figure it out and sit with us for an hour and figure out the best drug plan. We have
can't
no
do
other,
it, right.
I mean, we can't do that for free anymore.
yeah, I got it. But can you charge a consulting fee to do that?
You're not allowed. We're not allowed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So Ed, you want to change your insurance for some reason? What was this situation?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, if I can get an insurance company that'll cover Wegovy that my insurance company doesn't cover, Aetna's very good. They cover all my drugs.
So
I
I'll
don't pay
teach you the
anything.
secret.
And I get
Open enrollment, by the way, starts October 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's right around the corner.
Mhm.
During that time, every senior can change their drug plan, no questions asked, with the drug plan to start January 1st. You can also change your Advantage plan with the Advantage plan and the drug plan included to start January 1st. So we have a 6-week period between October 15th and December 7th where we can switch people, do the research, and put people on new plans for next year. Okay, so that's our open enrollment period. Once open enrollment closes, you're locked in for until next open enrollment next year.
Right.
Again, with the drug plans, it's you're on your own. And what they're encouraging people to do is go to Medicare.gov, create a username and password, log into your account, put your drugs in there, and when you hit search, it will rank all the plans
That's
best
crazy.
on the cheapest to the most expensive based on the drugs that you take.
That's
So-
crazy.
And it will rate the name of the drug, whether it's brand name or generic, the dosage, the pharmacy that you go to, how many times a day do you take it. All those things will be a factor in the outcome
But
of
for-
what plan's going to be the cheapest.
For him, he already on Medicare. For Ed, for example, because he's already on Medicare,
Right.
so won't he need to be shopping for a supplement?
Well, he can't change his supplement at this point. Again,
can't?
No. He's stuck on his supplement for the rest of his life. He can go on an Advantage plan if he wants. I wouldn't
Ooh.
recommend it. Absolutely wouldn't recommend
So
it.
basically, once you reach the 65, you can't change your supplement.
You can't. You have to go through medical underwriting. If you remember, I told you he has
Right.
to fill out the medical questions. So
Right.
if you want to go from, let's say, Aetna
But
to
Advantage plan, you can.
on the Advantage plan, you can. There's no You can switch Advantage plans every open enrollment,
It
no
just
questions
seems-
asked.
But then you suggested that I don't go on an Advantage plan. You suggested Medicare. Why?
Because your prices are going to be fixed at
Okay,
your premium.
so here's the interesting thing. So obviously, in a position I'm in, I can afford to pay whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, price is not the issue. To me, staying alive is the issue.
Right.
So if I'm on the wrong plan, and then all of a sudden they decline my drugs, but wait, it's a drug that I have to get, and it's a very expensive drug.
the supplement
But it may
is
not
not
be
a drug
called,
plan.
But I'm going to say it may not be called a drug though.
Mm-hmm.
So the interesting thing is
Is it an infusion?
it's an infusion, yes.
So it's going to be covered on Part B.
Okay, that's
So your
'cause we had
supplement
this
will pay
issue
for
with
it.
my regular insurance where they weren't sure if it was a drug or
If
not.
you're getting it at the pharmacy, it's drug plan.
I got
if,
you.
if the doctor's giving it in the office, it's
Okay,
under Part
okay,
B.
interesting. Okay,
So your Part B will cover it. So if you're on a supplement, again, you have a fixed cost
right.
based on your income.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to pay whatever it's
no,
going to cost me to keep myself alive.
Hold
but
on, you get yours delivered to your house, and then somebody comes.
yeah, but it's the same thing. It's just
So he's-
it's cheaper because the insurance companies like that. It's cheaper to have the nurse come to my house.
Instead of doing it in
Then
the
going to the
hospital.
hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is that it's called brown. It's a brown bag. So that's what does that still fall under?
I'd have to research it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because this is what came up. It came up a while back. Where one of my insurance companies said that hey, this is a drug. We have to do it as a drug, and then it took a little while.
This is why that's why
get it
no
right.
two people are the same.
Right.
Because the plan that you're going to choose for your drugs is going to be different than everyone else based on the drugs that they take and all those factors I just
Right.
mentioned.
Okay. So, real quick, give Ed your phone number. He should probably call you.
Anybody should call me.
Everybody should call you.
215-613-4999.
Do it again so they heard you.
215-613-4999. So what else is happening this year that we've never seen before is that the Advantage plans, there's a number of PPOs. In fact, the most popular PPO plans from last year are being terminated. And we have approximately 700 of our clients who got letters in the mail in the last 2 days saying your plan is being terminated and they're not going to be put into another plan. They have to now come and re-enroll.
And starting basically October 15, they will need to go
October
back.
15th. So not only do we have to see...
And that's we talk about everybody. We're not talking about only about Medicare.
We're talking about everybody that's on a PPO Advantage plan.
which are the penny ones?
Well, most of them were free last year.
Okay.
So they were free plans.
So I think, Ed, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So do you have any other questions for Ron?
What plan are you on? Are you on a supplement or an advantage plan?
I'm on Aetna. I think it's a
Aetna
supplement
sells
plan.
both. Aetna sells both. They sell
All
advantage.
right. Well,
and
you
they
guys,
sell-
so you'll call. So
Call
here,
me.
So here, give the number slowly this time.
215-613-4999. And the easy way to remember it, insurance shops. And just go to our website, INS, like insurance, INSshops.com. And get all our information there.
All right. We'll see you in class, Ed, and you know, always good luck.
Yeah. You know, this is all Trump's fault. You know, right, Larry?
So if you really want to get into that conversation, you know, Ron is an absolute left-wing Democrat. You know that.
That's right.
So, but I don't really want to get into politics because I actually
And in my business, I see a lot of people
Right.
who are very, very hard up. You know, my demographic that I help the most are people that have lost their jobs.
yeah, sure.
People that are low income. And we
Yeah, that's
see
what makes you bleeding
more
heart
and
liberal.
more and more of those people every year.
No, but that's not the point. But you need to understand that it's not important what his politics are. What's more important is the fact that he will return your call and he will help you. And I'm telling you, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, he could even be Israeli. I don't care. Oh wait, I have a partner who's Israeli.
What's the website?
What?
What's the website again? The website
INS,
again.
like insurance, INSshops, SHOPS.com. INSshops.com.
Great.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, Ed. We'll talk to you again, and good luck. And talk to Ron and see what you could do. All right, so this is interesting. We have about 5 minutes left, maybe 6 minutes.
So much to discuss.
I was going to say, do you want to enlighten us a little more about this, the Medicaid, and because we record a second show right after this, and I was going to have you not stay, but I'm almost wondering if we should have you stay and talk about other insurance issues as well.
Well, I do everything with the word insurance at my place.
Okay, so let's do
But
that.
the
So
other-
let's finish this show because they air separately.
Okay.
Sometimes, right now they're aired back to back, but in the future they air separately. So why don't we finish this show with the continuation of Medicare, and then we'll talk about other things in the second show.
Yeah, I have some questions. I want to know why they don't cover the Viagra, and also I have some other problems I need to discuss with you.
So, yeah, you mentioned Viagra. So many years ago, when I worked in the pharmacy and Viagra just came out, every insurance company decided that they weren't going to pay it. The only exception was if you were on Medicaid. They covered your Medicaid.
I love this country.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Wait, you're gonna like it even better. Medicaid covered Viagra, but they only limited you to 30 pills a month.
Wow.
only.
You know what I just realized? I realized that if you're poor, you have more sex. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So real quick, let's get to Greg and Lance. So what's going on, Greg?
Hi guys, how you doing?
All right.
I was wondering if he knows if the $2,000 maximum for drugs we have this year will
Yes,
next
that
year
is
again?
carrying. It's $2,100.
Okay.
Our last administration put that into place. It's the greatest thing ever because it keeps people from having to
It's
choose
good for
between
me.
eating and paying their rent or taking their drugs. And we have so many people.
So
who-
what is this? So you guys seem to be talking in code here. So what is he talking about?
When you're in a drug plan, you have the option, you have to opt into it, where your drug costs will cap at $2,100 a year.
Okay, and that's an extra fee?
That you have to opt into the program.
So that's pretty obvious whether you're going to opt into it or not, because you pretty much know what your drugs cost you. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm on
Exactly.
certain drugs, and besides the Cerazine to keep me alive,
Mm-hmm.
I'm on certain drugs. I mean, they don't cost a whole lot.
No, but there's things like blood thinners sometimes that you need to go. You need
I
to
get it.
go on
Right.
because of a certain condition you just came up to
And
you.
can you change that every year? Can you enroll in that and option? Like,
Well,
can I say
once
no
you
for the
enroll in
first?
it, you're gonna stay on it.
Well, no. Well, it depends on how much it costs. Because first of all, I mean, my drugs.
It's not that expensive.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I got you. Okay. So good. So that's something you would want too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. This is great.
And we help. Yeah, please, if you ever have questions about Medicare, We help hundreds, and we've done it thousands of times over the years. Blue Cross actually named us one of the top 5 Blue Cross agencies in the tri-state area.
Awesome.
We see so many people, and
Right.
we don't charge anything. We never charge anything for our services. We get paid by the insurance companies if we help you enroll into something. So we don't really care that what you enroll in. I don't even know what each one pays us. You know, some of them pay a lot, some of them pay a little. Whatever it is, I don't even know what it is. We're there to help people out, and whatever it is, it is.
I think Greg's eating while we're doing this.
Yeah, and I'm not allowed to.
I appreciate the answer because I hit the $2,000 by May this year.
Hey, by the way, can you make it to Money Hacks on November 1st, Greg?
I'm the blind guy, remember?
Oh, yeah. Look, listen,
I talked to you before.
There are other people named Greg that aren't blind, you know.
No, I know, but
No. That's okay.
Wait.
Because, like I said, since there's no way to get there, I wouldn't accept it. But I really appreciate the offer.
So,
It
see,
sounds
you
very
know what
interesting.
else, Greg? When you meet with Ron, you won't have to close your eyes.
Yeah, because I can't see him, right?
and
Nobody would want to look at that mug.
And I'm still asking, why won't you come to Money Hacks?
Okay. Because he
I have no
can't.
way to get
Because he
there.
has no way to get there.
They get there. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But let's do this. Okay, Greg, we appreciate you
That's the
calling.
reason why I can't get there.
We appreciate you calling as always. So thank you so much. All right. Any last words, Ron? You got about 30 seconds.
Call us, and we are glad to help anybody out during this open enrollment. I suggest if you want any help, if you have any questions, call us now. When I got to work yesterday, before I got in, overnight, I walked in, I had 56 missed calls and 75 messages. We are getting completely booked up for this open enrollment. So, call us. We're trying to book appointments to keep this somewhat
right. Just
civil.
said you answered the phone.
And so with all those messages, the point is we did get back to everybody that day and book the appointments.
All right, I appreciate you guys. Hey, Ron, I so appreciate you coming in today. Of course, I want to thank our audience for listening. I want to thank Omri for being here and Deb for her insights on this as well.
I'll be first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to thank Deb first and then Omri.
Thank you.
And, of course, the
Sweet
Glenn Page for producing our show today. And, of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Ron at insshops.com. That's insshops.com. And, hey, go to investorschooling.com and take a free class this Thursday night. Thank you all for listening.
Clear.
Thank you.
All right. So we're still on live on
This
Facebook.
program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All
So
opinions or
there'll be
statements
another
expressed
hour?
on the program
There'll be
are solely
another hour.
those of
I'd like to
Investor
get into
Schooling or their
other
guests and
insurance.
do not
I'd like to-
reflect the opinions of WPHT
Gladly.
or Odyssey.
Yeah, let's
Happy
do
to
it.
talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk
I know
penny.
you have a lot of penny questions.
Penny,
A lot
penny.
of changes to penny this year.
Yeah.
WPHT,
I will ask them now.
HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium
like my
Automobile
Viagra
Studios, Howard
Yeah,
Drive,
I know.
10 brands and 20 locations.
So
Always live
I always
on the
say,
free Odyssey app.
if you think about that,
spend time together
because
across generations.
if you get it,
Cookout.
then you have wife.
church.
The wife is happy, and you
Cheering at
need
the
to
kids'
pay
game.
less on
My parents
on
and grandparents
therapy.
paved the way, and my
Right?
kids are the future.
We look out for each other, and we need
What
a
costs you?
governor
What
who
costs
will
you
look
more,
out for all
therapy
of
or
us.
Viagra?
For me, that's Mikey Ship.
Larry,
Yo.
you had a gentleman named Mad Dog called in the last minute or two. I told him to call back.
Did you put him on hold? Yeah, did you put him on hold?
I asked him if he wanted to hold or call back. He said he'd call back.
Okay, cool.
And Mikey will
Mad
stand
Dog.
up
That's
to
my
the
nickname
energy
for him. That's
companies,
hysterical.
declaring an energy emergency on day one as governor and ending these constant utility rate hikes. Because no senior should worry about keeping the lights on, and working families shouldn't have to choose between paying a bill or spending time together.
So you like my
I'm
little show?
voting for Mikey Cheryl because she'll fight for my family and yours.
Yeah, give this guy all this airtime for free. And he doesn't even vote for
we know
Trump.
running a business takes
Are we going to
hustle,
Clubhouse?
and
What are we doing?
sometimes a
I have
little
to go
help.
home. I can't.
That's why we stand
I have
with
to go
you
let the dog
with
out
our
because my wife's
exclusive
not home.
AI
What-
lending
what
platform,
home?
connecting
The
you
new-
to over
the new one?
100
No,
funders.
not yet.
If
The
you've
new
been
one
in
in 3
business
weeks.
for at least 2
3
years with a
weeks.
minimum annual
4
revenue
weeks,
of
whatever it is.
$500,000, you can get up to
Everything
$1
done with
million
Mr.
in
Keller?
funding in as fast
I
as
know, I have-
24
when I get my
hours.
commitment,
no
that's when I can
collateral,
relax.
no prepayment penalties,
I'm
no
just
red
waiting-
tape.
I'm waiting for the
Apply
commitment.
today
It's
with
like
no
the
cost or
commitment is like the
obligation
one
at
thing
lendseek.com.
that drives
That's
me crazy.
LENDSEEK.com.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the
Don't eat that
PDA.
You'll be sorry.
Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics
You'll be
can
sorry.
give you the guidance you need to
You know
find
why,
the
right?
one.
No.
We guarantee
You won't be able to speak.
if your reading isn't life-changing,
Really
it's
dry
10
those sandwiches.
seconds. Stand by
Okay.
for intro.
20 minutes for just $20. Visit
La 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 la.
and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Oh, nice harmony.
Or by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studio.
You're alive.
Or one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
Live.
Really? Ready? I can't even get to the first word in your
We are
introduction
live.
intro.
We are live.
I know we're live, but can I at least introduce myself?
Yes, please do. You are Larry Steinhouse. You are the CEO of Investor Schooling. And this is the Larry Steinhouse Show. You can call us at any time at 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
So, I had a whole intro written, and you just did the whole thing in 3 sentences.
Come on, do it.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of
The Larry Steinhouse Show.
I am your host,
Larry Steinhouse.
and joining me today is the brilliant
Debbie Anderson.
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 You forgot the whole doctor in there.
It is spelled
Doctor?
that way. You're right. Bringing her sharp insight and guidance, and of course,
Me!
who are you?
Omri Morad.
Keeping the conversation lively with his humor and perspective and annoyingness.
And ooh.
And today we're going to discover.
What are we going to discover? No trends, right?
No, we're going to cover stock options, real estate, wealth building strategies, share recent wins, dive into the latest politics, current events, economic trends.
Economic trends.
Yeah, you have to listen to all the shows to understand that joke. All right, giving you the insights you need to take control of your financial future. We're broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters, your hub for learning how to invest in real estate, stocks, and grow your wealth. Don't forget to RSVP for a free class this Thursday night
Free!
at investorschooling.com. It is the perfect way to get hands-on guidance and start building financial independence. Hey, I want to make a shout out to our sponsors, marketing agency near you. They are the team behind all of our websites, including investorschooling.com, sultanincomefund.com, larrysteinhouse.com, and our charity lev27.org. Claim your free consultation, and you'll get a free plan at yourfreeplan.com. You'll talk to our buddy Dan Jones, yourfreeplan.com. We also want to shout out to PB Adjusting. My friend Peter and his team help homeowners get more money from insurance claims. Visit pbadjusting.com to learn more. That's pbadjusting.com. And, of course, the Sultan Income Fund. Invest with the Sultan. Collect like a king. Designed for accredited investors with a preferred rate of return of a number so high we can't tell you because our attorney told us not to. By the way, you know what I keep forgetting to do right here? If anybody's interested in the Sultan Fund, I know you guys have heard this before. We're not going to talk much about it today. But if you're interested in it, you can text the word Sultan to 26786. The phone number 26786. Text the word Sultan, S-U-L-T-A-N, and you can find out more information about the Sultan Fund. Of course, at the end of the show, we do whatever. But we also have Ron from insurance. I don't know why it says that. You know why it says that? Because I told ChatGPT to put his information at the end of the intro.
Whose information?
Ron's.
Ah, okay.
So anyway, we have a special guest, Ron Hyman from Insurance Cops.
Yes.
Insurance shops.
Insurance Cops.
That's
shops.
No, that's insurance shops. Insurance shops.
We talked the last time. We talked about Medicare, thank you. And this time I want to talk about Obamacare and Penny, and maybe even get into car insurance if we can, but I want to talk about Obamacare and Penny. So anyway, we're going to understand that. We want to hear from you. Call us at
855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Please call at 855-939-1137. We'll be happy to answer any question you have today, especially about your insurance needs. 855-939-1137.
All right. So,
So we got the answer about the Viagra, so we know we don't need to worry about the Viagra supply when you're old.
Yeah, we were pretty excited to hear that if you go on Medicaid, you get Viagra 30 pills a day.
That used to be. It's not anymore.
that's-
Now they don't pay for it anymore.
No, Medicaid doesn't pay for Viagra anymore?
They don't pay for it
So the divorce rate is up.
But the good news is it's generic and it's very cheap.
Yeah, you can get the generic very cheap, but, I often wonder what's in it. Like, is it, it scares me because, you get to, you get these from these companies that advertise on Facebook, Viagra for 89 cents, and I wonder what they're mixing it with. It just worries me.
Well, I would suggest only getting your drugs from a pharmacy, and not from.
But some of these places
Facebook.
are. I mean, don't forget, I get some things from online pharmacies that are legitimate online pharmacies.
And there's been a lot of cases of fraudulent medications getting into the supply.
As long as I'm not buying it from the back of a car, I'm fine.
Yeah, but what you do in the back of the car with your Viagra is up to you.
That's up to you, correct? Yes. And maybe if you do it in the back of the car, you don't need Viagra.
Okay.
Maybe
So let's go. Yeah, let's go back to the
Yeah,
subject.
Let's go
Maybe
back
you
to.
can't close the door if you take it.
So I want to talk about health insurance.
Yes.
Right? So a while back, Obamacare, which by the way, everybody knows that I am a big fan of Obamacare. Now it's not called Obamacare. That's the nickname. It's called the Affordable Care Act, right? And I'm a big fan of it. If anything good came out of Obama's presidency, it was two things. It was Jobs Act, and it was Obamacare. We'll talk about the Jobs Act another time, but Obamacare was absolutely fantastic. Now, it wasn't called Obamacare. I think it was, I forgot who nicknamed it Obamacare, but he was funny. I think it was his debate against, who was the,
I thought it was Trump that named it Obamacare, thinking it was not good.
No, there was no. It was just it. I don't know where it came from.
Whatever.
But everybody started calling it. But it was. I forgot who was running against Obama the second term, and the Mormon. I can't remember his name. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So he was running against, and he said it. He said on stage, he goes, "And Obamacare something," and then he apologized. And he said, "I'm sorry, I said Obamacare." And Obama says, No, I really like it. Thank you very much. And I thought that was great. I actually thought that was a great thing. But anyway, so let's get back to this. So Obamacare, I believe, or ACH, I believe is really a great plan. It really is great. And it's especially great for the small business owner. It wasn't so great for the big business owner who had 20 or 30 or 40, 50, 100, 200 employees because it made their costs go up. But for the small businessman, it was great if you knew how to use it. So before we do that real quick, I just want to know, somebody calling from the last show who is Calder, maybe? Romney. Thank you, Kimmy. It was Romney, right, exactly. Okay, but the caller wants to know about switching supplements. Didn't want to go in the air. Okay. Never mind. Okay, I can't even answer the question. Because, yeah, exactly. You got to call
215-613-4999.
Look at this guy. Get his plug in early. All right, cool. But real quick, so let's talk a little bit about Obamacare and how it works.
All right, so Obamacare. And believe it or not, to this day, I still have people that come into the shop saying, I don't want that Obamacare stuff. They have no idea. Yeah. What it is it's the regular insurance companies, but there's now subsidies to help pay for those plans.
Right. So most important thing people need to know is Obamacare or ACA is not an insurance plan.
It's not.
Right. It's a way of getting a subsidy to help pay for the plans.
But the companies,
set of rules that the insurance companies must follow, and it gave you a subsidy if you had a lower income.
Now, the plans themselves that are on and getting subsidized have to meet the criteria of the government. They have to have the 10 essential elements of what they call health care, such as it has to cover maternity, it has to be unlimited coverage. So basically it has to be major medical. It has to cover experimental stuff. It has to cover no pre-existing conditions, which was huge. So there's 10 essential elements to this. And if it has those 10 essential elements, then it could be subsidized and put onto the marketplace. And statistically, 85%
So what you're telling me then is
people,
insurance companies don't have to follow these rules. They just can't be put on the marketplace.
Correct.
I didn't know.
And there's a lot of plans out there that don't that do have pre-existing conditions in place,
Right. So what?
and are not unlimited.
What about coverage for
but they're not
people
subsidized.
The kids living at home at 26?
And that's another one of
they
those.
could eliminate that too. So
Right.
that's interesting. Okay, so I didn't even know that. I thought that was.
And I saw a lot of those.
I thought
because
the
they're
rules-
cheaper than the other plans.
Right.
But because 85% of the people get subsidies, then those 85% are going to pay less than buying those plans that do have those
Right.
conditions.
Right.
So, when it first came out, let's say you were a single person and you made up to $47,000 as a single person that was taxable, you could get a subsidy. And maybe at $47,000, you might get $500 towards the purchase of whatever plan you want. But if you made $48,000, you got nothing. So there was a line in the sand cut off.
But the numbers are much higher now.
They went up a couple thousand. Right. It's up to about 52,000 as a single person now. But what happened was
52,000 to not get any subsidy.
To not get any.
Right, you can't get.
But then when COVID came along, and in the first Biden term, he put COVID subsidies on top of the other subsidies and said, okay, we're not going to have a cutoff at 47,000. You're just going to get less and less subsidies as your income goes on. So now if you made 100,000, you still might get some subsidies. Sure. I had a couple in.
I think it was up to 114,000.
I had a couple in making 250,000 a year.
A couple.
And the couple was still getting $900 in subsidies.
A month.
A month.
A month.
Right.
Wow.
A month.
How do we know? How do we know?
You call someone like me who has a calculator and figures it out.
No,
in,
no.
In a nutshell, you cannot pay more than 9.5% of your income.
Of your taxable income.
It's called modified adjusted gross income. So, being self-employed, a self-employed real estate investor, you have huge benefits.
Right. Because
all your expenses are written off. So if you have, let's say, an income of $100,000 and you're writing off whatever for the house, it's going to go by your taxable income.
So if my taxable income is, and I'm using an example here, if my taxable income is 50,000, okay, I'm still eligible for subsidies.
Yes.
And that's based on the plan I chose.
There's nothing. You can choose any plan.
Any plan will get the same subsidy.
You get the subsidy.
Yeah.
So let's say you qualify for $300 of subsidies. You now can choose from one of the 125 plans available and take $300 off the cost of any of them.
Same amount will come from any plan.
Correct.
Now, that's funny because I'm also, of course, your client, and I'm very happy with that. I'm at this point right now with my taxes, and I'm actually trying to figure out for a person how to be in a position when you get your tax return and you see that the government wants the subsidies back. How do I know if it makes sense? If it make any sense?
Always take the subsidy and pay it back.
Correct.
So that's, of course, what am I doing?
Right.
Because when I first met Larry, he came to me and he's put this to me, and he said, I'm the only one that answered this correctly, according to his little rules.
That's right.
But I remember that. He said, anytime the government gives you money,
take it.
Take it. And if they're at the end of the year, if they're just asking for it back if you didn't deserve it, with no penalties or interest, other people's money.
Right.
Use other people's money.
That's fine.
Here's the
Why
thing,
not?
right? So if you come January 1st and you think you're going to make $150,000 and you're not entitled, or you're entitled for a small subsidy, or you're not entitled for a subsidy, and you put that $150,000 and you only make $40,000, you can't go back and get the subsidy you didn't get.
Correct.
So assume that you're going to make $40,000, and if you make $150,000, pay it back. This is what we teach in investor schooling.
That's
with some you got to do this with some reasonableness, because if your tax return says you're making $500,000 a year, and all of a sudden you say I'm not making any money this year, they're not going to. They may have trouble giving you the subsidy, but they can't deny it.
Correct.
They're going to ask you for supporting paperwork, and you can use a couple of things such as attestation. That's such a hard word for me to say.
Attestation letter.
Right.
Well, guess what's going to happen
They're making
for
that go
next year?
Oh, no.
So that doesn't affect me anymore. Now I'm going to
our new administration is changing it and making it much, much more difficult.
Okay, well, look.
So you have to use tax return now?
So now there's going to be increased verification requirements for people who qualify for the subsidies. If you put down that you're making $20,000 and you really make $100 on your last tax return, they're going to want not the attestation anymore. They're going to want actual proof,
right,
before they give you that subsidy.
What's this proof?
That's fine.
They want to see
and they
that.
can also do. You also do a change of life, like what's it called? Change of life, or where you all of a sudden lost your job and they instantly give you the full subsidy. What was it called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where somebody loses their job and now they want the subsidy.
Well, you're talking about getting a special enrollment to enroll during the year.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So during the year, if you want to change your plan, or if you want to enroll, if you didn't have coverage, you need something called a special enrollment period.
Okay.
There's an open enrollment period that we're about to enter into November 1st through December 15th. If you wanted to start January 1st, or December 16th through January 15th if you want a February 1st start date. I always go for the January 1st start date.
I want to get back. We've had Lewis on hold for a really long time, and I just want to, because it's a different topic. That's why I waited so long. But Lewis, what is your question?
My question is, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call. I'm going to turn 65 in March, and I work full-time. I'm fully employed. I have insurance. And I just wanted to know, do I have to at least apply for Medicare because I'm turning 65? I don't know quite what the rule is on that.
Well, you're going to get the Medicare A. So once you get the Medicare A, now you have a choice to make of whether you want to pick up the Medicare B or not. A lot depends on, are you on an employer plan or not, and whether your employer is more than 25 employees or not, as to who's going to be the primary payer. If your employer is more than 25 employees, they will be the primary employer. If it's less than 25 employees, then Medicare will be could be the primary payer.
I see.
So we sit down with people and figure out which is going to be your best avenue to go. Give us a call. We'll go over the numbers. It's basically number crunching to see which way is going to be better for you.
So
absolutely.
So
that's insurance shops, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I have a friend of mine, a coworker, that still has he has his major medical with Medicare, and then he's being supplemented by the company plan on the other side.
Yeah, you have to be very, very careful of the choice that you make doing this, because there's a lot of company plans out there that are considered not qualified plans under Medicare. And if you stay on your company plan and it's not qualified, then when you finally do go on to Medicare, you're going to get a fine on top of it, and it's a lifetime fine. You'll be paying that fine for the rest of your life. Every month.
The premium. It will go on the premium. Wow.
And we've had quite a few people who come in that they're 80 years old and now they want to come off their company plan, and it wasn't a qualified plan, and they'll go on a free Medicare plan, but they're paying $300 in fines.
Wow.
Every month.
Wow.
This was because they didn't enroll when they were 65?
Yeah.
So you have to enroll in 65.
Yeah, you have to be very careful.
If you don't, make sure you do it. Is there a form online to do it, or do you do it? How do you guys have it?
Well, you start with Social Security,
right?
And you create a Social Security account online, and then you apply for Medicare. I always tell people to do it about 3 months before their birth month. Medicare will start on the first of the month of your birth month.
Okay.
If you're born on the first of the month, it starts on the previous first of the month. There's a lot of
people. If I enroll in the plan, do I have to? If I enroll in the plan, can I just keep my company benefits?
Depends on the size of your company. You'll have that choice, and figuring out what your medical needs are, and the costs of the company plan versus what Medicare is going to cost you. Obviously you want to do what's going to be the best for you, and the only way to do that is to sit down with someone who knows what they're doing to go over those numbers. So that's what we do.
Well, I'll be giving you a call for sure.
Thank you.
So that's insurance shops, right?
Insurance shops. We're in Feasterville, 215-613-4999.
All right, cool. Louis, hey, we appreciate you calling,
Excellent.
man. And
thank you. Appreciate
you. Got it. And pop into investor schooling so you can learn how to make a whole lot of money to pay for your insurance when you're 65.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I used to sell. I listen to you a lot. I used to sell real estate many years ago. So
it's a lot different with selling real estate and investing in real estate. Ugh.
That's for sure. I had a few properties.
Okay.
It got a little bit out of hand. Plus, I was running my own cleaning business, and it got a little bit too much.
All right. Well, when you're ready to learn how to do it the right way, come see us.
You taking the call.
You got it, man. Take care.
So back to Penny. So this coming year, there's going to be increased verification. They're tightening the process to applying for the subsidies. They're limiting the special enrollment periods for the low income. It could be.
So just so you know, we've been interchanging Penny and Obamacare. So Penny
it's the same thing.
No, but it's not. Penny is Pennsylvania only.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So that's and the reason I bring that
Obamacare is through through healthcare.gov.
National, right. So right. And I find this interesting because, and I'm going to say this, it's a political statement, but I just want to say it because I find it comical and ironic. Okay, and when the ACA came out, when Obamacare came out, all the Democrats said the same thing, that the Republicans are going to destroy Obamacare. And of course Trump tried to end it and couldn't come up with a better plan. That's fine. However, who is really destroying it is the Democrat states who are coming up with their own plan, like Penny, because now Penny can do whatever it wants.
No, they can't.
They can't. They have to do the same rules as Obamacare?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, because I keep thinking it's not the same rules.
No. What happens is the states were all encouraged to do their own thing.
Correct.
And not do it through the federal government. Of course, when it first came out, nobody knew if this was going to work or anything about it. So most of the states said, let's try it through the government, see how it works, and then we'll come up with our own thing.
Because the state had their own thing. For example, Pennsylvania had CHIP for the kids before.
Well, CHIP is a different program completely.
What I'm trying to say, the program existed before Obamacare.
Yeah.
The state had programs that were like Obamacare, but not Obamacare. Right?
Well, you're kind of interchanging CHIP and healthcare for everybody. It's not the same thing, but
I'm just saying.
I know what you're trying to say, but it's not really.
CHIP and the Obamacare are two completely different things.
Okay.
CHIP is a program for kids only.
No, I know. I just used this as an example to say there were solutions, there were programs that the state basically offered before Obamacare.
But CHIP is
really
a federal
for low income.
CHIP is a federal program.
Yeah. So what really happened, though, Omri, was there were so many people who had pre-existing conditions and let their health insurance lapse for a month or two, and they couldn't get insurance anymore. There were kids like at 18 they would cut off their parents' plan, and some kids were still living at home or going to college, and and all of these became serious problems. And look, I don't like I said. That's why I thought Obamacare was great. It solved many problems, created new ones.
The biggest reason people went bankrupt in this country prior to Obamacare was if you got sick, because the health care, it wasn't unlimited. So if you had coverage and you got sick, you could still go bankrupt based on all your costs. They would never end.
Right. So
Obamacare ended that.
So and honestly, the other choice was a federalized program, and I would be dead if we were in a federalized program. I would, because it would either take forever for them to approve my drugs that keep me alive, or they would just get declined. In fact, it happened. I had one insurance company who said no, and I switched insurance companies, and they said yes. And that's why I am so against a federalized plan, because if the federal government says no, then I say, well, I'll start digging my grave now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm against it, because there's no other choice. That's why Medicaid scares me a little bit. I'm sorry, Medicare. I did it again. Medicare scares me a little bit.
It's not an open market anymore.
Right, but the fact that I could still be in an open market and be on Medicare makes me happy.
I mean, again, Medicare covers the basics, and you're picking up a supplement and a drug plan from dozens of companies.
Sure. But okay, so then
For
we
your
got Penny,
drugs.
we got the supplement. Now, what happens? And we talked about this before. So you have to pay back your supplement. Is that what happened, Omri?
I do. I need to pay the supplement, the subsidies.
I'm sorry, subsidy.
I need to pay back my subsidies, which doesn't go with what you just said about the 9.5%. That's why I'm a bit confused.
Well, if you have a family of four, right? You had a
Mhm.
family of 4 last year. So you just did your tax return. You're about to do your
Yeah,
tax
I'm just
return.
finishing my tax return.
I think your tax preparer made a mistake.
It could be.
Because I
when it-
know about how much money you make, and I think your tax preparer made a mistake. I think you need to go
right
back.
now, my the government, the federal government, want from me the subsidies in the amount of 25% of my income, and that without including the amount I paid every month during the year, because this is 20. We're talking about
You're
2020.
household income, right?
Yeah, household income.
So household.
So they want
taxable income is
Yeah.
what it's going to
let's say
be based on.
Let's say my taxable income, let's say 50,000.
Mhm.
Okay, the government based on that want 1,200 back. 12,000 back in subsidies.
There's something wrong.
I think so too.
If you make 50,000
I think so too.
times
He's
point,
got a family of 4.
That's the taxable income.
that means you can't. So 9.5% of your income is $4,750 a
That
year.
include the payment that I made
divided
during
by
the year.
12. So you can't pay more than $395 a month for your health care.
That's beside what I paid over during
No.
the year.
No,
or
it has
with?
nothing to do.
No.
So
With
What are
So-
you paying? What do you pay per month for healthcare now?
140, 50.
So you have to. So you might wait. So
You need to deduct
he
it from
should
this
get
amount.
more.
So you were getting subsidies to lower your costs so that you paid $195. You should have been getting subsidies to lower your cost to $395. You have to pay back that $200 difference for every month that you took it that you didn't deserve it.
Okay, so there is a mistake.
Right.
There
You're
is a
talking
mistake.
about 12,000. That's not 12,000.
No, something
That's not
doesn't
even
make
close to
sense
12,000.
here.
That's $2,500.
Yeah.
So somebody's doing math wrong. I would go back to your tax preparer
Mhm.
and make sure he's doing the math right because there's something wrong.
Yeah, I know. That's
'Cause
why I
when you
didn't
said
sign.
12,000, it didn't make any sense because I know. I mean, when my income, so it's weird because Ron knows because he's my insurance agent. My income goes from 0 to $500,000 to 0 to negative. I have no idea what my income is going to be. Right now in 2020, my tax return for 2024, which I'm just about to file, I don't owe anything back. Okay, I guarantee you I'm going to owe the entire amount back for 2025. So whatever subsidy I had, I'm going to pay the whole thing back, no matter what it was, because my income is going to be high enough to do that. So it's just that this year happens to be that year that it's going to catch up to me, and I don't care because I'll just pay it. But the numbers you're giving me make absolutely no sense because I know how much I'm going to have to pay back, and you're coming close to that number.
So the biggest change this year to the Penny plan and to really all Obamacare plans is the end of the expanded ACA subsidies. Remember I told you there were COVID subsidies
Yes.
that were tacked on? They expire December of this year. Of course, they were not renewed by the current administration. And right now, this government shutdown is based on the Democrats saying we want those put back in place so that people can afford their health care.
For COVID?
To put back the COVID subsidies or whatever you want to call it, the expanded subsidies.
So to fix them, basically to say those COVID subsidies will be here forever.
That the Democrats want them put back
That's
on.
not unusual, and there's other things too. And I
Okay.
don't want to get to the political conversation here because
But the bottom
there's
line
more
is,
to it than that.
Right now,
right.
they're not being expanded. So that line in the sand that we originally had at 47,000, it's now about 52. So if you make 51,000, you might get $600-700 in subsidies. If you make $52,001, you get nothing.
And you know what else was wild during COVID? This was really wild. If you had the subsidies and at the end of the year you were supposed to owe the money back, the government said you don't have to pay us back for 2 years of COVID, which no one knew about, but I did. It was wild. It was the only time, because during COVID was a mess, and they actually said you don't have to pay the subsidies back. And it was I can't remember what years it was. Maybe it was 21 and 22. 2021. I don't remember which one it was. But I was blown away at this because I had made some money and I didn't have to pay it back. So it's another reason why you always take the subsidies and then pay it back later if you have to, because something like that can happen. All right, so let's do this before we get to the next conversation. Glenn, why don't you take us out to a commercial? Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with
Clear.
We have a radio show right here on WPHT every Saturday at 1 o'clock. It's called The Larry Steinhouse Show. And you want to listen to this show
Debbie's
because
about
it's
to
a
fall
live
asleep.
show and you can call in.
This show needs more Dr. Deb.
So who's tenant? Monroe is the one with the eviction?
And when you call in, you can ask us questions about real estate, the stock
Ask
market,
her about
even
that.
politics. Make sure you tune in Saturday 1 o'clock. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling.
I just accepted a tenant.
Attention business owners. Want to be the business everyone
I'll
sees
show it to
home
you,
insurance?
actually.
Dan Jones and his team at Marketing Agency near you make it happen. PR coverage, media features, SEO that gets you everywhere, and AI overviews. They also handle our websites, including InvestorSchooling.com, SultanIncomeFund.com, LarrySteinhouse.com, and even our charity Live20.
Mad Dog did not call back.
Oh, man.
Hard out 5930.
Okay, thanks, man. Claim your free consultation and plan now at yourfreeplan.com. That's yourfreeplan.com. Don't wait. Make your business the one that people can't stop noticing. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse. Do you want to become a public adjuster and take control of your career? My friend Peter Bodarenko, he runs Public Adjusting Academy, and he's hosting a complimentary class to show you exactly how to get started. Learn the ins and outs of the industry, gain valuable skills, and start your journey toward a rewarding career, helping people get the claims they deserve. Sign up today at adjustingacademy.com or call 267-392-9907 to reserve your spot. That's adjustingacademy.com or 267-392-9907. Don't miss this opportunity to start a new career and make a real difference. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to InvestorSchooling.com. That's InvestorSchooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. And I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling.
All right, we just about ready to come back?
That's
All
where
right,
we
you
work.
guys
in
coming
30
back seconds.
No, I'm asking if you're ready.
Yeah, Thursday fine, night.
In her case,
And spend some time with us to see how you can make more money than you've ever made before. That's right. We'll teach you ways that you've never even heard of to make money. So go to Investor.
Bye.
Sign up for this Thursday.
Disclaimer, the music, then you're back.
Okay. That's InvestorSchooling.com. We'll see you there.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
I'm liking this riff. This is pretty cool, right?
I like
All right. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. We are having a really great conversation here about insurance. I mean, all types of insurance. We have, of course, Omri in the audience, Omri on deck with us. We have Dr. Deb, who's been very quiet this whole topic. And, of course, we have Ron Hyman from Insurance Shops talking insurance.
Yes.
So
We're
this has
covering
been great.
health
So
insurance.
we did a show that we talked about Medicare, which was great. Then we did this show, we talked about Penny and also Obamacare. And, and we had some comments. I just want to mention a couple of them. So we had somebody say, listen, they're saying, I had Obamacare, it's terrible. So first of all, if you say you had Obamacare.
Yeah, there's so many variety. The variety here is.
Stop.
Yeah.
If you said you had Obamacare, you don't even understand what Obamacare is, because you can't have Obamacare. You can have insurance that the ACA or Obamacare will help subsidize. So you can't have Obamacare. You can have Blue Cross. You could have I don't know, whatever.
Right. There's no plan called Obamacare.
There's no plan called exactly. So if you take that out of your head immediately, you'll understand that Obamacare is not insurance. It never has been. It never will be. It's just a set of rules that insurance companies can have to dictated that they have to run by. Okay.
Obamacare basically it's a type of plans that get subsidies. They get subsidized by the federal government. Am I correct here?
Correct.
You are not incorrect, but I would even be careful with that definition.
Really?
because I would say that Obamacare is a set of rules for insurance companies to follow, and if they follow those rules, then
They get
yes,
subsidized.
you could get subsidy. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason I say it, because it again leads towards people thinking Obamacare is a health plan.
It's not.
It's absolutely not a health plan,
But-
and it makes no difference. If you have the health, you could buy the same exact plan from Blue Cross as you could buy it with or without the subsidy.
Let me tell you
No.
something. I've been in this industry a long time, and before Obamacare, let's say I wrote 10 policies. 9 of those policies would be written up so high that the person cannot afford it, or they were denied coverage completely. So out of 10 applications I would put in, one would be approved. The other 9 would be issues because of the rate ups or the denials.
So before
Now there's no more
Obamacare,
denials.
So before Obamacare, I could not let my insurance go.
Correct.
If I ever let my insurance go, I would literally die.
Right.
So so there were times like,
And I had a lot of those issues.
There were
I had
so many broke.
so many clients that had no coverage.
There were
and we
times where I
couldn't
was
help.
broke, and I chose to pay my health insurance over. I'm not going to say like over my electric bill. Not like my electric got turned off. It happened once, but it was one of those things that I knew that I could never let my health insurance go because of my condition, my disease. If I would have done that, I had risked not having insurance for the rest of my life at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But now obviously that's not a problem anymore.
Fast forward, I've probably helped more than 10,000 people get health
That's awesome.
coverage and pick
That's
their
awesome.
plans.
Yeah.
I think I've seen everything at this point. I've seen people come in who've lost their coverage. I had an accountant come in saying I have major surgery scheduled tomorrow and I forgot to pay my bill and they dropped me. Can you help me out? And I was able to help him out.
Sure.
I had a lady in yesterday who basically said to me, I said, come back during open enrollment and we'll help you switch your plan for next year. She said, I have bile duct cancer. I'll probably be dead in 3 months.
Okay.
I felt like crying right there. with her,
I got it. Sure. And that's the thing. I like what you do because you're helping people. It's always great, right?
And that gives me a good feeling. At the end of the night, I can put my head down on the pillow and know I helped out a whole bunch of people.
That's what my life's about too. I want to help people, all the people I can, right? So I do. We have a charity. We have Lev 27. By the way, we have a charity event coming up. If you're interested, on October 29th, we have our Lev 27 fundraiser. Lev27.org. You could sign up for that. It's at the Newtown Brewery. It's free. Just come. If you want to make a donation, great. If you don't want to make a donation, I don't care. Just show up.
We do care. We want them to make a donation, but we understand.
No, right. I do want them to make a donation. You're absolutely right, but I don't want them to feel that they need to make a donation. Look, I don't care if you donate $10 or if you donate $500.
Yes.
It doesn't matter to me. Even if you donate $0, if you just come, look.
To support the cause.
Right, support the cause. We have a whole bunch of food coming, right? And we're buying the food whether you come or not. So come and eat the food. You know what I mean? Right? And you get all the beer you can drink. You get all the food you can eat.
We have raffles.
Yeah.
And we have baskets. And we have dinners with Larry. And we have good things.
Yeah, so some really cool things, really cool raffles. So go to lev27.org, lev27.org.
Yes.
And you can sign up for that right away. What else do we have real quick that I should bring up?
So we do have the money hacks. I really hope that some of the people that call would like to join us because we're going to have the best one-day event here at Investor Schooling.
Yeah, we have the greatest. We've had several money hacks events in the past, but I'm going to tell you something else. If you go to this money hacks event, it is literally the best one. The speakers we have are so better than anyone else.
So,
and I will tell you that.
Yeah.
And not only are they better than anyone else, but they're always great, and these guys are just going to be even super fantastic.
We have the big names in each one. Mm-hmm. Each money hack, we have one big name coming to this one, coming to this one.
And I think this
time we have 3 big names coming to this event to speak to you about how to create your success, how to be financially independent, and that's awesome. You really, really want to be part of this coming event.
So let me tell you how you can go to Money Hacks. Go to 4, the number 4, mmw.com. That's the number 4mmw.com, and you can sign up for Money Hacks. However, if you call us in the next 20 minutes and talk to Ron about any questions you have about any kind of insurance, we're going to get into homeowners and car insurance in a minute. But any kind of insurance, if you want to talk to Ron about that, anything at all, we'll give you a free ticket. That's a $147 free ticket. We'll give you two, actually.
Two?
To come to November 1st. Just let us know that you want the ticket. Okay, so real quick, it looks like you have a fan, Ron. Do you know somebody named Carla?
No, I don't, but I'd be happy to meet her.
So Carla, it looks like Carla says, thank you, Ron, for helping so many people, and I agree with you. Thank you very much. That's pretty awesome. Okay.
Can I have one more question regarding Obamacare before we move?
Yeah, sure.
I have a question. So, are there any plans that are, according to the guideline by Obamacare, by Penny, that are HSA approved?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So HSA is a high deductible plan.
So the
the answer is absolutely yes.
The problem with HSA is, according to the guideline, they require that the plan will be HSA approved.
Okay, so right. So there's two things here. So first of all, they have to be high deductible.
Correct.
And they have to be HSA approved. But the interesting thing about the HSA approved is, I believe it has to fall under the rules of Obamacare,
which is
to
the
be
deductible.
HSA approved, as long as it has a high deductible, which I believe this year is $1,500. So everything's high deductible.
Okay.
Right. In order to be a health savings account HSA compatible plan, it has to be high deductible, which means nothing is covered until you've met that deductible.
Okay. What is a high deductible this year? 15?
There's a number of plans.
I think it was 15.
There's
one at 1,500. I think it was 1,500.
Okay.
Yeah. Most people don't know how to use the HSA plan.
Oh,
if you're going to do an HSA, what you want to do is make sure that you make the deposit into the health savings account
every year
itself and take the tax write-off for it.
And then don't use it for your health, and don't use it for your health care.
Invest it.
Slow down, hold it, keep it, invest it, and then when you're 65, save all your receipts for all the years you've had it, and then pull that money out tax-free. It is the greatest IRA ever invested, because it's an IRA. It's like an IRA. It's not an IRA, but it's like an IRA that you get the tax deduction, and then you get the money out tax-free.
Wait.
If you have all the receipts.
But you already took the tax deduction when you took...
Correct.
No. I think it's 8,800 this year, and maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay. So if I'm moving the 8,800 this year, am I not going to count it as an expense in my tax return?
It's not expense. It's tax deductible.
Okay. But I took the deduction this year.
Right. And
I'm not taking it again.
If you made $100,000 and you
Right.
put $5,000 into your HSA, your taxable income is now $95,000.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, but listen to this.
But you can now use that $5,000 that you put aside
Yeah.
to pay for your health care. And you're paying for your health care tax-free. Because you never pay taxes on that money.
Correct.
Or
invest it.
You hold on to it and you invest it in a self-directed HSA.
Okay.
And you do not take how do I talk about this all the time. My $900 glasses, right?
Yes.
So I have my $900 Versace glasses here, right? And they cost me $900, and these are tax deductible.
No, Larry, I get
because
it.
I have an HSA, but if I wait and hold that receipt until I'm 65, and add it to all the other receipts, this HSA account grows tax free, maybe to maybe 150,000, and then you take that money out.
You don't
have to pay taxes
on the gain of the investment.
Not the gain. No, you don't pay on the amount of receipts you have.
No, I understand.
So if you have $100,000 in your HSA and your receipts are $90,000, you have to pay taxes only on the $10,000.
But your worry about the taxes is about the money that grow in the HSA. If you don't invest it,
won't grow, right?
It won't grow, and then there are no taxes anyway.
Correct.
Well, no. If you pull the money out of your HSA,
no, there isn't tax because I already took them. I already took. Why would they take the tax out? I'm confused.
No, it's tax deductible. So if you take money out of your HSA immediately,
I got you now.
Okay. So real quick, if you take money out of your HSA and you don't have a medical reason to take it out, not only do you get taxed, but there's a 40% fine. So you put money in HSA, don't touch it. Just leave it.
But I can use it to pay.
You can use it to pay medical expenses.
And also the premium, the monthly premium?
No, can't use it for premium.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, so that's why it's high deductible. But anyway, so I want to get to something else.
Sure.
HSAs don't make sense for a lot of people.
They make sense for everyone if they have a brain.
If you're sick and you're going to use the money,
right.
It doesn't make sense.
Even if you're
better
sick,
off on a regular
sick
plan.
and you have extra money, don't use the money if you can. But if you should always put money in an HSA. It's another IRA. It's
a second IRA, correct?
Yeah, and it's a better IRA than an IRA.
Correct.
So that's why I do it. I put a whole bunch. I put the maximum into my HSA every year, and I just hold on the receipts. But the things that it covers, nothing. I mean, my wife's supplements it covers, my glasses it covers,
I think gym too.
Gym it covers. Yeah. So that's why you want to do it this way. Okay, but let's get back to this. We only got a few more minutes.
For most people, the HSA doesn't make sense because the HSAs are generally PPOs or EPOs that are more expensive than the HMOs anyway. And most people don't even know what a PPO versus an HMO is.
Wait. What does that have to do with an HSA?
Because the HSA plans are generally the more expensive plans.
Okay. You're talking about high deductible.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm talking about the network.
Okay.
The network that you can go to.
Okay, I know.
You're paying more money for the ability to go out of network on a PPO.
Yeah, which
most people will never do.
Okay, so and this comes back to health care, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the best health care? And look, you pay for the best health care. You either pay for it by paying more in insurance, or you pay for it by
health care is a balance. The more you pay in premium, the less that you'll pay when you're sick.
Sure.
So what you have to figure out is, do I anticipate being sick this year? And do I want to?
Nobody can anticipate.
So for most people, paying less premium and getting a less plan makes more sense, because if you have the less plan and you get sick, you end up your total expenses end up the same as if you got a better plan anyway.
I understand what you're
and that's in place because of the maximum out of pocket that was put onto all these plans during the Affordable Care Act plans. Now, next year, that out-of-pocket max is going to a little over $10,000, which means if you're sick, when you hit $10,000 out of pocket, you're done. The insurance company pays everything else at that point.
Okay.
That's the thing that keeps people from going bankrupt.
Sure.
Because $10,000 is not going to bankrupt anybody.
Right. Well,
it's a smart.
Depends who you are, but I get it.
It's a small car payment for just to pay it off.
Right. All right, so we have about 10 minutes. I want to talk real quick because it's funny because you got a phone call from me in about a month or two, maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago, whatever it was, and I said two things. I said, number one, change all my houses to $10,000 deductible,
right,
and also cancel half my insurance policies for my houses because I was sick and tired of these ridiculous rates. Right. As a matter of fact, some of my houses have absolutely no insurance on them because I just don't care anymore. Because it's gotten to the point where it's gotten so bad, the homeowners insurance prices have gotten so bad that it doesn't make any sense. Now, also,
there's a reason the prices have gone up dramatically, and I've written some articles on this. Number one, of course, is the storms that we're getting. They're more frequent, and
that's global warming. Let's not go there.
Right. So the storms are causing a lot more damage and causing a lot more claims. Right. The frequency of the claims, the costs of the materials themselves. I mean, if you remember, before COVID, a 2x4 was $3, and during COVID, it went up to $90. Now it's back to about $10, but it's still 3 times what it was.
Right.
And of course, a 2x4 is what you build a house with, and insurance companies are pricing their insurance based on the replacement cost of a house. So if you have a total loss, how much does it cost to replace a house? I have people coming into me all the time saying, oh, my house isn't worth $500,000.
Right.
You can go to North Philly right now and buy a house for $200,000, but to replace it is $600,000.
Sure.
Okay? The insurance companies are going by the replacement cost because if that house is destroyed, they have to pay to replace it.
Right.
So that's what it's based on. And with the labor costs up dramatically, the price of the materials up dramatically, the price of the house to replace it is up dramatically, and that's why homeowners insurance rates are on the rise.
Okay. So, I mean, it's gotten to the point, like I said, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
The nice thing is, like in a place like us, we have 20 companies. So when someone comes to us with their declaration pages, I'm going to shop the market, and 9 times out of 10, we're going to get them a cheaper rate with some company.
Which is why your company's name is Insurance Shops, because you're not just health insurance, you're not just auto and life, auto and whatever, auto and home, and you
Right.
cover everything. So I really like the fact that that's why.
And we take the time to
that's
sit
why you're
down
my agent.
and we look at what are these coverages. Does this person need this coverage? Maybe they need more of this and less of this. And I pick up mistakes every day.
Oh, sure.
I'm
especially
sold.
in people that do it themselves, who and go online. And,
I'm sold. I want an appointment now. I'm your client, and I want an appointment because I want to go over everything right now. I'm kidding.
And
I
you know
kid
what?
you not.
That actually reminds me of something. Okay, listen, right? So, guys like Ron, now Ron, your insurance agent, your attorney, your accountant. If you don't ask the right questions,
That's the problem.
or come in with the right information, they can only help you so much. So make sure you know a little bit about the topic that you're going to come in and talk about.
You touch the right spot.
and I have people
tell
coming to me all the time who, Ron, just get me insurance for my house.
Right.
Just get me whatever. I want full coverage. I can ask 20 people what's full coverage, and I'll
Sure.
get 20 different answers.
Right. I mean, I've got my new house that I'm buying, and you've got the house on that, and I have to insure this house. And not only is it expensive, but I have to insure it because I have a mortgage with it.
Let's take car insurance, for instance. Full coverage on a car. Minimal coverage on a car is $15,000 and nothing else.
$15,000 is for liability, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're in a car accident, your policy will pay $15,000 to the other guy, and nothing else will be covered, and you'll be responsible for everything after 15. That's considered state minimal coverage, and in some people's eyes, that's considered full coverage. To me, that's not coverage.
Right. It's not coverage at all.
It's not covering anything.
But people have no money. So okay. So real quick, let's do this. So we got about 5 minutes, but let's get Ted online. Ted, what's going on, Ted?
Yes. Are you there?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Yeah. I have pre-existing COPD. I'm on a Trelegy, 2 puffs in the morning. And it used to cost 2 years ago, it was $40-some.
Are you on Medicare?
And during that period, I'm on Medicaid. Medicare.
Medicare. So
Yeah,
you want to
I'm on
opt into
Medicare,
the plan where your costs are capped at $2,100.
So you understand what he said, Ted?
That's
There's
the one
a
I
plan.
thought I was.
There's a plan that maxes your out of pocket to $2,100. So you can pay a little bit extra, and you won't have to pay anything more than $2,100 ever per year.
All right, I thought that was the one that I was in, and during maybe after it was 10 months or something, that the 2,100 was exhausted, and the cost went up.
2,100 cannot be exhausted. Then you were not on the right plan.
It's a max. So you should give Ron a call and talk to him about it in private. We don't have a whole lot of time right now, but give Ron a call. Ron, what is your phone number again?
215-613-4999.
Again?
215-613-4999.
Did you get that, Ted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You got it, Ted.
Thank you.
And thanks for listening. We always appreciate you listening. Thanks so much. Okay. So getting back
I
to
always listen.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. So getting back to your to health insurance. I'm sorry, to homeowners insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's go to car insurance real quick. So car insurance, we were talking about that a little bit. Now, look, I hate car insurance more than anybody.
Me too.
I mean, it is.
I'll tell you a little story.
Sure.
When I first got into this business and I first got my license, I had been with a company, let's call it Liberty Grutrol. And I had 3 teenage kids. I was paying about $6,000 a year for my car insurance. The next year, it went up to $8,000 for no reason, no accidents, no tickets. But I got my license to sell insurance, and I took it upon myself to shop the market. Well, I found a company that gave me the same levels of coverage for $3,500.
Wow.
And let's call that company Mako. Okay. Well, the company that I went with was a subsidiary of the original company.
Kidding.
And when I got the paperwork, it was on the original company's header.
No kidding.
So I basically made my coverage less than 60%
Right,
discount by just switching
Right.
from one company to another. And at that point, I learned a lesson. Shop it. Shop it. Shop it.
So all
shop
I know
it.
is like my
And that's
insurance
what we
now
do.
is somewhere around 15,000, 16,000 a year.
Mhm.
And, you know, my insurance agent is supposed
When
to be
you came to
shopping
me,
for
I saved you a bunch of money,
I know
if you
did.
remember.
I think you saved me about $4,000.
Right.
Right.
15, 16 a year with all your cars?
One of my cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when I look at the price that you're paying, we're not pricing up one company. We're pricing up 20 companies, and
I
we're
know.
getting you the best
Matter of fact,
rate.
you got to change my deductibles on my private cars.
We'll talk about
because
that.
they're too low. I mean, I don't need $1,000 deductible. You know, on my collision, I will go as low as the bank will let me go. It's only one car is financed. All the rest of them aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as that one's on finance, I'll change it. What do I care? $5,000 deductible. It's okay with me because it costs me less money. And if I need to get into an accident, I can pay the $5,000.
I mean, I have people coming to me, oh, Ron, my rate went up by $50 next year. Can you shop? I mean, it drives me nuts.
Right, yeah, right. I wish my rate went up by $50.
You and I both know a car repair guy.
I know, right.
And he has constantly told us, take a headlight, for instance.
Headlights now are insane.
A headlight, to fix a headlight 5 years ago, you could go to a neighborhood store
it
and buy
wasn't
it
5
for
years ago, but like 10
whatever.
years ago, right? You
It
could buy a
was-
bulb.
you
A
could-
light, just a
you could buy a
bulb.
bulb, it cost you $2.
Yeah, right.
Nowadays, to fix a headlight, $4,000.
Easily.
Right. So that's why the car insurance rates are up.
Yeah. And then you can have, people going through Debbie's house with a car. that happened. Debbie actually had a car go through her house. It was amazing.
It's the first time
All right.
that the car insurance sued the home insurance.
Okay, something like that. Whatever that means. Okay. All right. So, Ron, like I so appreciate you. And actually, it's funny that we ended up with 2 shows with you because there was so much to cover, and I'm sure there's so much more.
I can do 2 more if you want.
No, that's okay. that's okay. You got to start paying me if you're going to do that. we pay a lot of money for this show. All right. So real quick, how can people get a hold of you?
215-613-4999, or check us out at the website, insshops.com. insshops.com.
All right. What do you think, Omri? Was this a good show?
It was a great show. This is one of the subjects. We haven't run the Obamacare presentation for a long time. This is one of the subjects that, it's save a bit here and save a bit there, but it adds up to a very big number over the year.
Oh, absolutely.
So, as a customer of Ron and Lena is awesome, I think everybody should.
And there's not a day that goes by that someone doesn't come into us that we find mistakes that
I
they've
know.
made.
I know.
Basically,
40 seconds.
to get me as a client,
I got it.
just call me, and in 5 minutes, I'll look at your application and fix it.
All right.
Awesome.
So all right. So okay. So I want to thank everybody for listening. This is awesome. This is the Larry Steinhouse Show. We talked a lot about insurance today, which is fantastic. I want to thank Dr. Deb for being here, even though she wasn't really active. All
Very
right.
quiet.
I want to thank Omri for being here, of course, as well. Of course, I want to thank Ron for being here and talking to us about all these different insurance types. That's so great. And I want to say thank you to Glenn Page as well. So if you guys are all listening, I hope we see you guys at investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you Thursday.
Listen to Carlin. 2
This
more.
program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements
You are clear.
Investor School.
Oh, yeah, I
Like
gotta-
the first
I gotta
hour or
say
the
goodbye to
second?